Hi everybody, it's me, Jose Segura, SMEA President. Welcome to a special episode of Fireside Chat with the President. So today we're going to talk about the newly created Executive Board Directors position. So we have an election coming up here pretty soon in February, and I want to give as much information as I can to all of you out there so that you can consider running for one of our 5 brand new directors positions. And so let's just start from the top. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay out a whole bunch of information that's going to apply to all the directors' positions, and then I'm going to break down each individual director's position and give you some specifics, all right? So if you want to listen to the whole thing, great. If you just want to jump to the part that's of interest to you, a particular director position, you can always go back to the email this video was attached to, and you will find segment links for the different portions of this particular video. So anyway, let's get going. All right, so let's start off with what's the obligation, what are the duties and the responsibilities. So all of the executive board members, whether you're a director or an officer, will be required to attend both rep council meetings and executive board meetings. They usually happen a couple of weeks apart. Almost all executive board meetings are on a Monday, and all rep council meetings are on a Monday. So that happens once a month for each of those. Every member of the executive team also has either a committee or a team that they're a participant of, and we'll talk a little bit about each of the directors, committees, and teams in a minute. But just so you know that that's an additional commitment that you are assigned to either a committee or a team that you will participate in. And then there is the connection with your constituents. Each one of our directors is going to represent a specific constituent group. The 5 director positions include junior high director, elementary director, our special education itinerant director, the support services director, and then we have an at-large director. And so each of you would be responsible for communicating and connecting with your constituents group. And each executive board member, including directors, will receive a monthly stipend for their time and effort giving to their local association. So anyway, so that applies to all of our executive board members, both directors and officers. So let's get into the specifics, and let's start from the top. We'll go down the list in the way that they are ordered on the email that was sent out to you, and we'll start with our junior high director. And lastly, just so you know, any active member may run for any position that they are qualified for or a constituent within. So an active member is defined as a dues-paying member. Unfortunately, if you're not a dues-paying member, you're not eligible to run or hold any office in our association. And so if you're interested in running for one of these director positions, make sure that you are an active SMEA member. Let's get started with the individual director positions, and we'll start with the junior high school director. Now, the junior high school director is going to represent any member at any of our junior high schools. That includes special education folks, that includes folks who are inside and outside the classroom. So the junior high director will represent all these folks, and any candidate who wishes to be the junior high director can come from this particular constituents group. Duties or committees and teams that the junior high school director will sit on will include the organizing team, the safety team, and help participate in our community schools team. So those are the 3. Next, we have our elementary director. The elementary director will represent all members at all of our elementary sites. This includes all the members who are both inside and outside the classroom, specifically over at Jimenez Elementary. It also includes those members who are in the 7th and 8th grade programs. So any member at an elementary site will be represented by the elementary director, and any candidate for elementary director needs to be an active member from this particular constituency group. So any active member at any of our elementary sites. The additional teams and committees for the elementary director include organizing team, membership and outreach, and our community schools team. For the special education itinerant, any special education itinerant candidate will need to come from either the BCBA subgroup, psychologist, adaptive PE, district support specialist, mental health specialist, resource itinerants, SLPs, or nurses. So a candidate for the special education itinerant will need to come from one of those member groups, and those member groups will be represented by the special education itinerant director. The additional committees and teams for this specific director position include participating in the SCHAC, which is our Special Education Joint Committee, also LCAP, and also our Community Schools Committee, our SMEA Community Schools Committee. Next we have Support Services. If you want to run for the Support Services Director, you will need to be a member of the TOSA subgroup, ELD coaches group, instructional coaches, an RTI teacher, or counselor. If you are in one of those member groups, you may run for the Support Services Director position. The Support Services Director will represent the constituents in those subgroups of members. The Director for Support Services will participate in the membership and outreach team. They will help with T&L communication, and they will sit on our community schools team. And then we have the at-large director. Now, if you're interested in being a candidate for the at-large director, you can be any member from any site in any position, whether in the classroom, outside the classroom, itinerant or not, whether you are downtown the Susan Center or you're at a specific school site, you may run for the at-large director position. The at-large director will head up our equity and diversity team, and they will participate in our community schools team. All right, just a couple of more things. If you go back to the email this video was attached to, you'll see a couple links. One will be a link to the document that includes a list of all the director's positions, as well as who are the constituents for those particular director positions and the teams and committees that each individual director will be a part of. There is also a link to the timeline for the director's election. Now, the timeline includes February 12th, which is the official announcement of the director's positions. It'll also include the candidacy declaration form. It'll come out on the 12th. That candidacy declaration form, the form you fill out if you want to run for one of these director's positions, is due on February the 23rd. And then we will hold elections a few days after that. So look for the candidate declaration form. It'll be coming out to you on February 12th. You have until the 23rd to submit it. Hey, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. I know you're all super busy. I want you to have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Hopefully we won't get rain. I know it's been kind of crazy lately. Just make the best of this time that you have. Do something that brings you joy, and we will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.